Right, welcome back. Following on from last week, thank you so much for all your comments you made. It meant so much. You know, it's really helped me, especially on this build. Your input has been fantastic, and I appreciate all the comments. I think that's probably the most comments I've ever had on a video, which is fantastic. Another big thank you this week is also just gone through the 2100 subscribers, so 2100 subscribers. Fantastic, really pleased with that. That's a big achievement for me. I've set basically milestones quite small, so it's every 100 and every 25,000 views, so I'm closing in on my next milestone of views, but the subscribers, absolutely brilliant. So I appreciate all your comments, so keep the feedback coming, keep the comments coming. It's helped me so much. One thing I wanted to ask this week, something a lot different for me. I've never done this before. I've seen other YouTube channels do it. It's basically your chance to ask me questions. So basically a Q&A. So obviously to give you time to give me questions and to give me time to actually get your questions together and get my answers together. So today is the 9th of March. So basically if you can get your questions into me by next Saturday, which I believe is the 16th of March, on the 23rd of March I will answer your questions. So I'm not going to say basically ask me anything. It's basically ask me anything about my channel, my bikes, the projects, what you'd like to see in the future, just a basic of the channel. How do you feel it's going? What do you think of the channel? What would you do different? How could I do things different? So get them questions into me, as I said. So today's the 9th. Get the questions into me by at latest the end of the 16th, which is next Saturday, and then the following Saturday I'll get all the questions together, type them out, and then I can go through with my answers, and then I'll go through and answer each question I get. Obviously if there's lots of questions I'll have to narrow it down to probably say best 15 or best 10 or 15. But let's see how many questions I get first. I don't want to be too hopeful that I get, thinking I'm going to get overwhelmed with questions and I only get about 3. But anything's better than nothing. Not much has gone on in the garage. As I say, I'm quite busy at work. The only thing I have managed to do, which I'll show you, because this is only a short video, this is primarily to organise this first Q&A, which I think will help me and maybe will help you understand what I'm about. So the only thing, I'll show you what I've done this week. Right, you can't really see it much, but I've actually changed the shock. I've gone from the standard booster shock. I don't know if this is going to work. It did fit in very nicely because obviously I've gone with the shortened dog bones, which will raise the ride height slightly. But I've also gone with a 340mm shock. Standard booster one's a 330mm, so I want to see how this goes. I think it might be okay. Okay, I've kept it covered up for now because obviously I don't want any dust getting on it. Let's get some light in there for you. So obviously it is just a plain adjustable preload, etc. shock. It doesn't have the great big chamber that the booster one has, so it has given me more clearance. Primarily that was the main reason. It was to give me the clearance on the battery tray. But basically that's really all that's happened this week. It took me long enough to actually get the swing arm out and put it all back together again. But pleased with how that's gone in. So now that's complete. I can look at hopefully later on getting the wheel in, getting the chain on. I need to change the front sprocket, obviously start clearing clearing and cleaning all this engine up. Electrics, I've started putting them back. So that's the light loom. So that was basically about it really. It was just a big thank you to everybody, all the subscribers, all the views I'm getting, which is great. The videos are getting more and more popular as I go, which is a big achievement for me. I'm really really pleased about it. I never expected this channel to sort of like take off. I just thought I'll just do it, I'll film it, and I'll put it up there for people, hope it helps people. But obviously I'm learning off you, which is great, because obviously there are people out there who have done this before. Yeah, there have been, obviously there are some comments about, oh no, just stick this on, just stick that on. I'm very limited on my electrical ability on wiring. It is very, very small, which I need to, as I've said before, I need to actually start studying, and as I'm going to talk to some friends over the summer and try and learn. It's one of the things I'm not very good at. Everything else I seem to be okay. I can do brakes, I can do wheel bearings, I can do most engine work and polishing and swing arms and paint and things like that. But obviously electrics has always been my downside. So I'm going to study that over the summer and ready for the winter. And then I'll revisit this bike. As I say, I'd like to use it for the summer. So the idea is get it on the road, use it through the summer, revisit this back in the winter time, and then take it from there. Hopefully I'll be able to have the confidence basically to wire in a Coso, understand the electrics and change all the headlights, etc., which I want to do. I do want this to be a street fighter, so I've still got some thoughts to do over the summer. How am I going to go with a headlight, etc. There's a few ideas kicking around, but I'll leave that to the winter time. But as I say, just a reminder on that, so if you can get your questions into me by Saturday the 16th, that would give me a chance to actually, as I say, print everything off, go through, see what sort of questions I'm getting, and then I can come up with answers and I'll give you the answers. So thanks for joining me on that one. See you again next time. Cheers. Bye.